So,
just who wants to start?
Yeah, does anyone actually have a plan? Or
I have a vague plan, but you know.
Well, I mean, Tulius is gonna, of course, bring up the issue we're going to have, of course, as I previously mentioned before we got started here. We're gonna need some way to be able to transport a guy that has to sleep during the day, otherwise, you know, he bursts into flames. So we need some sort of vehicle that could facilitate such transportation of that manner.
So you want a hearse?
Hearse would work. Originally, I was leaning towards an RV slash semi-truck slash, what was the third one that I had mentioned earlier? Oh, moving van. Moving van. Just something that could facilitate that kind of travel.
Let's go U-Haul.
If only U-Hauls existed in this world.
Hey guys, it's Stahl. We're back at it again with another episode. This time we're sponsored by U-Haul.
Oh dear God, you've started that. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
U-Haul.
Wait, we're not on, right?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
Your timing is really good.
Yeah, like...
My bad.
That's it. I don't have to worry about it. Stahl here takes care of it for me, and I appreciate him for it.
And subscribe.
I didn't think we were actually on.
So, yeah, that's gonna be Tulius's first thing.
Cherry is going to be trying to find a hotel with Rose for them to sleep at.
Okay.
How much longer is it till daybreak?
It is day.
Or, I mean, nightfall. Bleh, sorry.
It's like early morning.
Okay.
You have basically the entire day.
Yeah, sorry, nightfall. I'm assuming is Well, if nobody else has any plans, Tulius could actually probably use some help finding a vehicle that's capable of doing such.
Sure. I'd help look.
Okay. Does Drew have any larger ambition?
It would
like going to bed.
Be a bad idea to go out and scout alone. So he'll probably get some rest.
Okay, fair enough. Any particular place, or are you just gonna pick a nice under the bridge and lay down?
Doesn't he? I'll look this up now.
Also, is Drew still carrying around the harpoon?
Of course. He's carrying around the ghost. So that's actually he would be wanting to find his way back to one of the, well, I guess I should just start calling it his graveyard. Actually, he's got 2 dots in a safe place, which was intended to be, you know, like his home graveyard. So I feel like he can head back there to get some rest and kind of like plant the harpoon there and you know, give his ghostly friend a home.
Okay. So, I mean, you can find your way back to the graveyard. It's not that difficult to eventually get your bearings. The city changes occasionally, but it is similar enough that you can find your way. and get some rest. As for Cherry and Rose, it's not that difficult to find a hotel. There's plenty of them around the city. Some are better than others, but to find a place to sleep, it's good enough, I suppose.
Presuming no one wants to go immediately, can I have an RPC with Rose?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Cherry, after, they've pretty much gotten into sleep clothes, because sort of stares into the ceiling, and then thank you for a lot of things.
I mean, Rose has seen a lot today. Gives a nod and just... I don't think it's over yet, though.
No, but the only reason it started is because of you. Well, I mean, me even being someone other than just Tool, I guess.
Yeah. As strange as it is here, it's a good opportunity, I suppose, to... I'll only have a few people on our tail at this rate. Hopefully, we can maybe... Words kind of stumble off, but... I mean, she's tired. It's been about a night of sprinting at this point. And perhaps she's not quite as good as hiding it as you are, but should I attempt to break Stoic for once?
I think Stoic's already broken because it's still the same.
Yeah, okay.
It's still the same chapter. That's the reason I'm even able to start the scene. Thank you for being the first person to treat me like a person.
Not gonna be the last. The rest of our company here is a bit strange. But you're a person to them. You're a person to everyone here. Except, well... What would... I don't even know what she would refer to the other Chiron people as. Like... Team? No. Did you have a designation for them beyond Conviction Touchstone?
It probably isn't a specific name. Probably just It's probably something. It's probably something that I'm not even sure Rose would have heard. It's probably like Chiron on LTD. Hunter or outreach each find. I don't even know.
Okay, so never mind.
Some corporate nonsense.
Yeah, okay. I don't know corporate nonsense. My apologies.
I'm sorry, I don't either. I try my best, but
no. There's not a lot of people from back home here, so it's a chance to start over, to be the person you actually are.
Thank you.
your leg, how is it? I understand the mage did something.
It is healed entirely. Still has some phantom aches. Likely will have them until the morning, but any actual damage is gone at this point.
What do you think about what's going on? I must admit it's a bit large.
There are many people here who, at least, there are many people here who clearly have an interest of others, and I believe it would be foolish to merely run ahead and assume that we are being lied to by everyone in front of us. So that does not mean it will be easy to trust.
Thing is I don't know if we are being lied to. It all sounded true, but insane.
Well, everything that was directly said adds up with what has been observed, though. It is clearly not something that would reasonably happen under most circumstances, though I highly doubt that this is most circumstances.
There's no need for doubt there. There certainly is not most circumstances. It's a matter of what's the next step. As nice as a fresh start could be, it doesn't sound like we're gonna have this fresh start for too long. Doesn't sound like we're gonna have a whole lot of anything much longer.
I suppose all we can do. If there is nothing. All one can do, I suppose. I believe all that we can do at this point is try.
Hopefully it's enough.
Right.
Should probably actually get some rest. It's been a lot of... Well, it's been one hell of a night.
Sleep, I believe, sleep is important for proper human brain activity. I suppose I will see you in the morning.
Well, I don't know if I'll be sleeping for 12 hours, but yeah.
I admit I meant morning in when we wake up, but I suppose I was not as careful with my words as I would hope.
It's a joke, don't worry. She gives a chuckle and rolls over to sleep.
Jerry would also just go to bed.
Okay. So back to the thieves. So, do you have a plan for finding this vehicle, or are you just gonna comb the city looking for anything?
I mean, unless we specifically have knowledge of one of these vehicles just up for the taking,
Fair enough.
you
I
gotta
don't know,
put
maybe-
boots to the ground.
I gotta ask because, well, sometimes maybe an ingenious plan. But so I guess give me a like a wit streetwise.
Do you have Streetwise, Stahl?
Let me see. No, I don't have any streetwise.
What's your wits?
3.
You probably should roll it. You'll at least roll 2 dice. I'll only roll 1.
I can accept a wits like an investigation, I suppose.
That would be even worse.
Okay.
All right, I can do investigation.
That would be a chance die if you made me roll that.
Give me a wits investigation stall.
All right.
Did you just roll that, or because it was
Yeah.
scrolled all the way up in the chat box and I didn't hear a ping?
Yeah, he just rolled it.
Okay. So yeah, it doesn't take too long at all. You're searching for maybe an hour, hour and a half before, well, you find a car dealership, admittedly. There's a lot of options here. Most are just vehicles, but they've got, selection of RVs, campers, mobile homes. It's just a matter of now. How are you going to proceed?
Is it?
They're here.
It is manned.
Yes, there are. There are people. There are employees here. There doesn't appear to be a whole lot of people. There's a couple car salesmen roaming the lot with groups of people doing whatever it is car salesmen do, trying to con you into buying a car you don't need. Presumably there's more people inside the actual main dealership building, but they're probably sitting at a desk somewhere.
All right, before we actually get onto the premises, though, I kind of want to stop Stahl and be like, okay, so how much hell do you want to raise? Because quite frankly, I don't want to ask for Daddy Dearest's credit card.
Well, seeing as how they're not very armed, I'm pretty much up for anything.
So let's peruse the wares, look for the most expensive RV/camper we can find, raise a bit of hell, and then get the hell out of Dodge.
I can just cause a distraction if you want.
Nah, let's terrorize these people a little bit. I want to make sure they don't ever think about following us.
All right.
Metagaming. Stahl, I'm giving you a shot
right.
here, and I'm hoping Gandhi will accept it.
Gandhi.
Yeah,
Are we all good?
you gotta do it first.
All right. So,
Just my only My only
So-
caveat here is no death. You can maim and injure as much as you like.
Would like just raising a lot of disquiet count as terrorizing? Like just using disquietism to just tear them apart from the within? So that's like what Zika do best, you know, just
Let me pull up Promethean and actually read the suggested roll for Savage. It's Stanum. Yeah, there it is. I'd say yes. I'll say yes, mostly because the Savage role is about just playing the monster. And, well, forced psychological trauma is still, still trauma.
see. Let me pull up the book then, just to see how wide the exposure is for
Or weaponize.
I do feel the need to ask two very distinct questions. One, I know he's a Zika. His disquiet has to do with radiation sickness, correct?
yeah.
I thought it had to do with. Oh no, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna essentially poison this entire area. Which then brings me to my next question. Does radioactivity affect ghouls? And if so, I need to get the hell out of here real quick.
It's only for people who are disquieted, though. It doesn't spread to non-disquieted people.
All
It's like radiation symptoms instead of actual radiation, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah. I think ghouls are affected by radiation in general, though.
Maybe.
Okay.
Because radiation affects the human body through the body's metabolism. Like when a cell has radiation in it and it tries to do its normal cellular functions, like split into a new cell, the radiation
Yeah.
harms it, or it'll break down.
Yeah,
break
but
down the function
ghouls
of
are
the
still like
cell.
alive.
They
But
are, but they're also very in stasis. Like,
yeah,
they don't
we can
age
use
anymore.
use Vitae to heal ourselves just like vampires do.
Yeah, but you also have natural healing, which implies that you have.
That's true. So there is some form of metabolism going on in a ghoul.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's something to work out with the storyteller.
Yeah, because we don't age, which also means our metabolism is definitely altered to an extent.
yeah, you don't age, but you still have like hair and fingernail growth.
Yeah, it's
It's one of those
I can't tell,
spooky,
yeah.
mystical effects of a curse.
Yeah.
I would assume maybe.
So really, the question is, how does the curse interact with radiation? That's really the question.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, not that you would really know this, your character would really know this, but I'm gonna say it's not actually gonna hurt you. You know, maybe you'll get some hair loss, but because ghouls don't suffer, like if they have a disease, being a ghoul stops the disease. They
Oh, that's fair enough.
Well, still, I don't think Tulius is
do you
gonna.
wanna get hurt.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna want to stick around to find out. So he is still gonna back off a little bit.
You need someone to go steal your thing.
Yeah. When I say back off, I mean back off from Stahl, not the situation entirely.
Yeah.
But I've got to wait for Stahl to make his move.
So I'll just stand in the area with the most people, and I'll like release my what's the word for it? I'll just use I'll use tension while basically releasing my disfigurements so that I don't suffer the condition. I might have to do it a couple times because only once will only raise it by one time. So
as Stahl kind of just strolls across this lot, what do his disfigurements look like?
So basically, how do I explain it? It's like the majority of his torso and mostly his like entire right side has been like charred, like almost like black. But there's like kind of like a Chernikov like energy kind of going underneath, like a blue light, just kind of, I guess, pulsing underneath. While his face, I guess one eye is kind of like shut, while the other one just is kind of it's kind of like his pupil is almost like, I guess, what's the word for it? Just like, you know how when you take a picture and there's like a sunlight, it's kind of like that, like where it's just like, I guess like white, like cloudy-ish probably would be the best word.
Okay.
Something like that.
So, I mean, even without the roll, there's some yelling, panic, people kind of, screaming like, what is that? Give me the roll now.
Okay, let's see.
Presence, intimidation plus Azoth.
I really want to complete this roll, so I'm gonna add a willpower in. So that will be let me find the. Okay. 3. Okay.
Oh, wow. Almost 2 exceptional successes. Almost.
Maybe it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, well, none of their resolve is at 10. So,
I mean, maybe they could roll.
there's no roll. It's if their resolve, anyone whose resolve is lower than the player's successes gets the disquiet condition. The exceptional success modifiers, only those with supernatural resolve can even do it. So yeah, that dozen or so people are now struck with your disquiet, and well, it's still disquiet. They're still kind of upset at you, but they're also upset at everyone because of Zika disquiet.
And how's the radiation part of that affecting them?
Well, they are exposed to radiation at intensity 1.
Okay.
That's really low, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes weeks.
The unfortunate part is that there's many people with disquiet in a room, which causes problems with Zeki disquiet.
Yeah. It
Also, I need to go get water. I'll be back probably in a bit.
So let's see. If they're in the immediate presence of at least 5 others with Zeki disquiet at level 1, their disquiet level rises to 2. And at level 2, if any individuals make extended skin-to-skin contact with another, a lengthy handshake, etc., it rises to 3. And if anyone is unaffected nearby when any of those things happen, they also then get disquiet 1. It's bad.
So, in this bit of pandemonium that's getting ready to go down, I'm assuming this place is, at least they know somewhat what they're doing, so I don't expect to actually find the keys in the actual vehicle. So
No.
I'm heading
not.
inside the building to start looking for where they keep the keys.
Okay. But yeah, so these people kind of turn screaming, admittedly, and start sprinting off as fast as they can. You know, some are already whipping out phones, trying to presumably call police as they run.
I'm gonna try to like basically grab one of the employees as they try to run, maybe.
What's your speed?
11.
Yeah, no, they might make a little bit of distance, but you're gonna catch up to them before they can really get anywhere. And I'm not gonna have you roll a grapple check because, well, you're gonna succeed because this is literally just Joe Schmo car salesman.
Never know. It could be like that
Even
one
if you
dude, the
fail,
Karate
you're gonna
Kid.
do it again immediately afterwards.
I'm just gonna grab him and I guess by then just kind of drag him over to where Tulius is to start
Yeah.
making demands, maybe.
The guy you grab is quite upset at being grabbed and he's yelling like, you know, Jesus, let me go. What are you?
And then when I get to Tulius, I'll
There's a
just
lot
like
of
drop
things
him on
he's
the
yelling,
ground.
and for the sake of the fact that I have people in this house, I am not going to yell them.
Has Tullus found the area where they keep the keys, or is he already, or did Stahl get to him before he got there, essentially?
Presumably Stahl could probably... I mean, it depends how quickly and quietly Tullus is moving this. You know, once it started, did he break into a sprint to get inside, or...
He's moving with purpose, but he's not doing it stealthily, so he's not being stealth. You know, there's no stealth involved. He's relying on Stahl just causing mass chaos right now.
Yeah. Then he probably catches up to you in a hallway in the building.
I kind of look at the guy that he tosses down. If you want this big scary guy to leave you alone, you're gonna show me where you keep the keys, specifically for the RV/campers. And if you make it hurry, I'll make sure he won't do anything else to you. Sure, we'll go with that idea. And I kind of give a very false smile.
I mean, very panickingly, kind of through Will's gasping breaths at this point. He's points down the hallway. Is like, you take a left there, and it's the room. It's labeled. You can't miss it. As he's kind of trying to stand up and inch his way away from everyone.
Stahl, grab him. I don't know if it needs keys, so we might still need him. And I proceed to head the direction he said.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep him on the ground.
Just dragging him?
Yeah. Maybe just by the collar, just bring him along.
I mean, he's trying to fight you every inch of the way, but he's not doing a very good job of it. And sure enough, around the corner, there is... I imagine it's pretty stupid for a room to be labeled, you know, key room, but I don't know where they would keep the keys other than some room in the middle of the building.
Right.
But yeah, the room, it's just drawers of keys and whatnot. They're labeled by like location in the lot and whatnot, but
I'm gonna kind of look over at the guy and go, campers, RVs, all the keys. We'll sort it out from there.
Manages to, mutter out a, lot 8 as he kind of desperately points at one section of the drawers and.
Right. How many drawers is lot 8? Is it just one single drawer?
I mean, it's kind of like a column labeled that. There's about a dozen or so. Maybe like 12. I'm just going to say 12 for the sake of an easy number.
12 keys or 12 drawers?
12 drawers of 12 keys. Each one is kind of... They're very small drawers. They're barely even drawers. They're like little... just openings to put them.
All right. Well, Tulius is actually going to, if it's physically possible, abscond with all 12. Just yank them out.
Carry 12 sets of keys. I mean, you just put them in your pocket.
Okay.
They're not that large. It's a car key.
Well, no, I'm taking the entire drawer. I'm taking.
You're gonna rip the drawer out of the wall.
I figured it was like a filing cabinet situation. I could just dislodge the sliding mechanism.
It's still attached to the wall.
Fine, I'll just take the keys then.
Okay.
I kind of look at Stahl and I'm like, fry his phone before you let him go, and then do whatever the hell you want, actually. You don't even need to let him go, I don't care. And Tulius is actually going to walk out. And he's actually going to be, as he walks out to lot 8, setting off the car alarm for each one of these keys, looking at what goes off, turning off the car alarm, and then tossing the key if he doesn't like it.
Alright, well, I'll just like grab the phone out of his pocket and just like toss him loose. I'll use like the persistent for arc and just fry the phone and then just toss it on the ground as well. And I guess I'll just lightly jog toward where Tulius is.
Okay. Yeah. As you leave the room, the guy kind of just backs up into the corner, just kind of like still on the floor, essentially just kind of scooting into a corner, presumably just, fetal positioning as you leave. And, as you get out to the main lot, well, there's multiple car alarms going off.
I'm turning them off before I toss the key. But obviously, Tulius is gonna choose the most luxury line this place has.
All right, well, we better hurry. I'm not sure how long it'll take before security gets here.
Shouldn't take that long to stay. I'm just setting off a car alarm and then seeing which one it set off. And
Just
then,
pick any. I don't think he'll particularly care. It's only something he'll stay in while he's dead.
have you met my father?
I mean, I don't think he'll be complaining.
Have you met my father?
I guess, good point.
But realistically, it shouldn't take too long for me to ascertain that information.
Yeah. It doesn't take too long to test 12 sets of keys. Eventually, presumably you find one that you like. They're not like luxury or anything, but they're not, the one you end up settling on. It's not a cheapo. Like, it is pretty... Words, brain not working. Pretty high-end.
All right.
What it is, admittedly. Nothing you're gonna see, Mr. Amazon driving around in, but like, this is upper middle class.
So at that point, I'm gonna get into the driver's seat and proceed to get the hell out of here. I'm assuming Stahl's right behind me. If he's not, well, good luck.
All right, I'm in.
I mean, as you're getting out onto the open road, getting to leave, well, you can hear the sirens from here. Police are responding to the scene.
I'm booking it.
Are they like in pursuit or?
They don't appear to be in pursuit. They're approaching.
I'm gonna kind of look at Stahl and be like, how do you want to deal with this?
Just go faster. If they follow, I'll just blast them.
That was actually what I was looking for. And I'm just gonna take off. I'm not heading back to my father's house though. I am just kind of driving around town currently to make sure whether or not they are following me specifically, or if they're just going to turn into the dealership, so to speak.
Yeah, after a few, random turns and attempted evasions, it's pretty clear they're not following you. The sirens die down after a while anyways. Presumably you're just far enough away at this point. I mean, there are still sirens in the distance, but none getting closer, most getting further away. They might not even be cops. They could be ambulance, fire.
All right, well, this will make traveling a lot easier for us. How's it looking back there, Stahl?
Do I see it? Okay, so they're all gone, right? So
Yeah, there's no one following you.
seems we're in the clear.
Well, I kind of figured that from the sirens. I was talking about how it looks in the actual back there. Like, does it look nice?
I mean, I haven't been in many of these, but I guess, I mean, I could sleep here.
Because it's got to carry all of us, so, it might as well be at least somewhat comfortable. Now, do you happen to know, like, any detailing places? Because I don't think we should be driving this around with it being at least the exact same color as it was when we stole it. So we probably need to get it, like, painted or something. And I think spray paint might look suspicious.
I mean, we're not going to stick around here for long. I don't think we need to go through the trouble.
Fair enough. I just don't know anything about the law enforcement here. Where I came from, they were pretty dogged. But, we aren't where I came from now, are we?
Well,
so I guess at this point, now that Tulius is sure that nobody's followed them, he is going to bring it back around towards his father's place. But he's still going to maintain a couple of blocks and kind of make sure that it's not conspicuous.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, Tulius is just going to send a message to his sister, letting her know that he's got a vehicle ready and that she can come by anytime, because probably starting nightfall, they're going to be on the move. And then, honestly, he got woken up kind of early, and he expects he might be awake during the time his father is, at least for a little while. So he's probably actually going to go into the back and get some shut-eye
Fair enough.
Mid-morning, afternoon nap.
Does Stahl do anything while literally everyone else is asleep?
Yeah. How long are they planning on taking a nap? Just like a few hours, or?
Tulius is only going to be out a couple of hours, just to make sure he can stay up at least a little bit while his father's awake, just in case he needs to have any business with his father. So it's only going to be a couple hours for Stahl. Or not for Stahl, Tulius.
I think maybe while everyone is out, I'll go out to check on the Prometheans, like the unknown Prometheans' last location, just to see what happened. And I think that'll be my little side journey for now. I think I probably have to go for now.
Okay.
All right.